I have spent the past 5 days putting this video together. It is going to be about the world's biggest payment systems, what countries those are in, and what connections does Ripple have to those payment systems and to these countries. The results might shock you guys. This video took me over a week to prepare and put together. So if you get any value out of it, please hit that like button. I think this could be a really good video that can help a lot of people better understand how incredibly connected Ripple is to the world's payment system. So let's start here with China. So it says not only that People's Bank of China is interested in Ripple, or Chinese banks like Shanghai Hurai Bank are using Ripple for USA to China corridor, but also Hong Kong is consulting with Ripple for a corresponding sandbox. Let me just play this real quick.
I'm looking at Hong Kong, actually just launched this year the stablecoin sandbox. And for the past 18 months or so, they literally went worldwide and talking to Circle, Ripple, Visa, Alibaba of the world to make sure that government really are on top of regulations to basically have very clear guidelines to approve various different institutions to be able to support stablecoins.
Here you go. It says, Chad says, if you think China isn't involved, I have news for you. This is the Ripple Payments Partner Bank list supported for China's UnionPay. UnionPay is actually bigger than, let's say, MasterCard, just to give you an example. It says UnionPay is China's real-time settlement system already connected throughout the world. And so if you take a look here, these are all of the banks in China that can, in fact, use XRP and Ripple through the Trangolo partnership. All right, a ton of banks. And then here is that document that I was just pointing out to. Here is Trangolo. If you go into docs, you go into Trangolo business, you go under countries, and you will find some of this information here. So it talks about, T+0, same day transactions for China. It also will get into some information down here about how much money can be sent. And then, of course, here is that bank list I was just showing you. There's a lot of stuff in here. So if you wanted to take a look at where to find this yourself, that's how you do it. You can also go into different countries here too and take a look at all of these different, it's crazy, right? All of these different countries are connected into Trangolo. Let me keep going. So XRP China, list of bank partners for Ripple, right? So some of these might overlap, obviously, from the Trangolo list, and some of these you kind of are by themselves, right? Alipay Financial Services Limited. So one of the most widely used apps in China, Alipay, is in fact connected to Ripple and XRP. And then also here, this is crypto suddenly braced for a tremendous China earthquake. It is only a matter of time before China reopens the digital doors for crypto. It is inevitable. Cryptocurrency issuer Ripple has got its foot in the door in the Chinese market by signing up a partnership agreement with Lian International, a Hong Kong-based payment services provider. And I wanted to understand how big Lian is. And it says Lian Digital Tech is a leading digital payment company based in Huzhou, China, in a significant player in China's fintech sector. As of 2024 in June, the total number of payments were about 1.57 trillion RMB, reflecting a year-on-year growth of 120%. And the company serves over 4.9 million merchants globally. So a massive bank, 100 countries and 130 different currencies. Ripple partner. Upholds. Topper has been integrated. So now we're moving to Brazil. Okay. So here you go. Pix is Brazil's instant payment system. And that in fact is connected into Uphold, which is in fact connected to Ripple. So you can basically send XRP, currency to currency through this system if you so choose to. And then here is like a video about Pix. Let me see. Important, the Ripple payment service by the Alliance of Ripple clients is fully compatible with Pix.
Pix. It's easy to say, isn't it? And paying using Pix is even easier. Pix is a payment method developed by the Central Bank of Brazil based on the open banking concept, and it has launched in November 2020. It's already part of the life of millions of Brazilians.
All right, you get it. It's connected. Remember, Ripple did meet with Brazil's central bank too, and so I'm wondering if more things will come out of this, but there are huge connections into Brazil with Ripple. And it says new Ripple partner provider RippleNet governing member is expanding its operations in Brazil, namely payment services through Pix real-time payment system. So another connection into Pix for Ripple and XRP. And then we're going to move to India. Thailand and India, real-time QR codes. So if you're looking to send money from Thailand and India, you can do that using UPI. Ripple partners both TerraPay and NPCI, who collaborated to make UPI in India. So now you have Ripple partners actually working on the UPI payment system and the gateway. Ripple partner TerraPay acquired by our investor group. And then it also says TerraPay and MPCI International collaborate to drive seamless merchant payments via UPI-enabled QR codes, right? So let's keep it going here. You also have a bank list here, UPI bank list. There are 527 active live banks connected into UPI. The top 30 below are almost entirely Ripple partners. So he's pointing out that these 30 banks that are connected into UPI are in fact Ripple partners, which is a massive, massive deal. A lot of it, good information here. Yes, Yes Bank, Ripple, BRICS, BIS, Interledger Protocol, UPI connected, no Swift dollar, and other connections into the UPI. You also have, this is massive news, Ripple XRP powering the future of global finance. Project Ubin proved blockchain's game-changing potential for real-time cross-border payments. Let me display
the flexibility of payment mechanism that can effectively integrate with digital assets becomes really important as well. And this is the second point that I'd like to share. So for example, what are the different digital cash mechanism? A commercial bank issued stablecoin regulated as an e-money.
You know what? I'll leave this clip in the description if you want to watch it. It's going to mess up my flow. I just want to keep going. ICICI, that's tough. A Ripple partner, UPI, BIS connected to UPI and BRICS, another connection into that system. You also have the BIS is basing the unified interledger ILP ledger largely on UPI India, and Ripple partner Axis Bank is the largest private bank connected into UPI. So another Ripple connection into UPI, one of the largest banks in this region. India's UPI is real-time settlement. A majority of banks are Ripple partners. And then, just some more confirmation of Axis Bank. India's Axis Bank partners with Ripple for blockchain transfers. And then specifically Axis Bank, the country's largest private sector bank, has partnered with Ripple, right? Really interesting to see all of these different connections. And then this is kind of how the system works. If you're interested in learning a little bit more, you can pause the video here and take a look here, guys. Also, guys, if you are going to watch this whole thing, you can please hit like. That is going to allow me to get in front of more incredible people like you. And I love the support and all the incredible comments you guys are leaving. Keep it up. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's keep this going. There's so much more to get to. Holy shit, this video is going to be so long. ADFC Bank, UPI India, Ripple partner connects real-time payments platform using only QR codes, ID delivering cross-border settlement, instant 24/7, XRP, BRICS, no Swift needed. We did talk about that a little bit. And then, of course, we are going to move here into, I believe, Thailand. A little bit more information on UPI. UPI surpasses 100 billion transactions. That is incredible. A few of these banks, non-banks, are also adopted digital infrastructure are known to be Ripple partners. And so this is kind of the UPI global adoption in different countries phase. And so I'm sure as it expands into all of these other countries, I'm sure there's a longer list now, but you're going to be able to use that. All right, so now we're going to move to Thailand. So we have the same thing where you can send money from Thailand to India using this particular QR code system with UPI and Ripple. You also have CM Commercial Bank connects to Thailand's fastest payment system, also known as Prompt Pay. So that's the payment system. A QR code based instant settlement process. CM Bank uses XRP for cross-border through Prompt Pay. So now you have Thailand's instant payment system, Prompt Pay, and Ripple is connected into that as well. Malaysia, Do It Now, Thailand, Prompt Pay connects to Singapore, Trangelo, and Ripple. Here is another connection for that. Singapore's division to connect Pay Now and Thailand's Prompt Pay and Malaysia's Do It Now have also enhanced international trade competitiveness. You also have this. Main participants include FOMO Pay. Ripple Payments uses XRP for transfers, cross-border treasury flows with Do It Now, MasterCard, Prompt Pay, and Union Pay. So that is a juicy connection to all of this. Look at all of these different merchants they have here. And then, of course, you can go into Trangelo docs under Thailand. I'm sure I got this right. Thailand. Boom. It should pull up. I think it's what I have in front of you. I'm just going to double check. Yeah. So here's all of the banks that are here. CM Commercial Bank. All of these banks are connected to Ripple and XRP through Trangelo. So more good connections there. Hong Kong and Thailand have officially linked up their real-time payments network. This is also Prompt Pay. New rails between Hong Kong and Thailand. You also have Pay Now. Singapore is officially linked in UPI, QR codes. Also, you have Nuam, licensed by Japan's regulator for money transfers, over 300,000. Ripple payments partner Nuam, now licensed in Japan for money transfers over 300K. You also have Nuam, Ripple partner connecting Brazil, China, Hong Kong, US, and UK. You also have, here is Nuam.com. If you want to take a look at the website, go through this, spend a little bit of time. I just wanted to point this out to you. Wrath Economist says, MoneyTap remains interesting. P2P, now P2B, including government, 3 banks connected, 20 in the works, connecting ATMs, a Zenjin system replacement runs on Ripple, who may be rewiring Japan's infrastructure. So Japan's new payment infrastructure possibly will run on Ripple. I wouldn't be shocked or surprised. So this is just a, I always see people saying that every bank in Japan will be, using XRP and Ripple. Crypto Erie says every bank in Japan is not going to use XRP in 2025. This is early version of SBI Doc in 2017. In 2019, SBI created MoneyTap app using Ripple tech, and 29 regional Japanese banks invested, plus Ripple today in 8 banks connected. Japan's big 3, MUFG, SMBC, and Mujo will also use stablecoin solutions. So just remember, guys, when you see stuff like this, it's just for clicks, right? And then here's another great video I've showed in the past on videos maybe a few months ago. It says 61 Japanese banks are formed a consortium to build a payment platform based on Ripple's technology. Listen to this.
Actually, Japan is a very, very cash-oriented society.
Surprisingly.
Surprisingly, yeah, people think we are kind of advanced, but by the way, I come from Japan, but the percentage of digital payments of all the transactions is actually only 19%. So it's actually kind of national agenda to increase digital payments. And the government encourage banks to innovate so that they can increase digital payments ratio. So now what we are doing in Japan is we created a consortium of more than 50 banks to come together to develop a completely new payments platform or infrastructure powered by Ripple's distributed ledger technology.
Powered by Ripple's distributed ledger technology. I did look up, let me just show you this really quickly. Perplexity, how many banks are there in Japan? 200 and okay, so here. So as of January 1st, 2025, Japanese Bankers Association lists 112 full members. So if you have 61 of those banks, right, working on a Ripple consortium, right, you are talking about a large number of Japanese banks that are going to be connected using Ripple's technology. So that is pretty cool to see. Man, this thing is just such a massive freaking... So here is Triangulo's bank code list for Japan. As you can see, like it's a ton, man. It's just so many, right? And I'm sure that 61 consortium and this might overlap, but so these are different branches though too. So we got to take that notice, right? It might be the same bank, different branches, but Ripple has a huge foothold in Japan. You also have Swiss 6 SBI Digital Assets, Asia Next with XRP, Swiss Bank, Ripple, and more connections here into that. You also have Ripple partner Travelex in replacing 600 plus ATMs worldwide across the UK, the Netherlands, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, the Czech Republic, Austria, New Zealand. This represents their entire ATM portfolio in countries. So man, another big connection into all of those countries with Ripple and those partners. Swiss banking giant IBIS Management integrates Ripple and Swift. I believe we're into Sweden right now, I think. Maybe Switzerland. Excuse me. We're in Switzerland. Apologies. XRP throwback. Main purpose is to sell as XRP institutional buyers. Ripple Liquidity Hub, SBI R3, B2C2, 6 Singapore. All of these are in fact connected into this system. You also have Ripple payments partner revealed Hi-Ha Money Transfer. This is Australia, 18 countries, including the US, 40 currencies and swap capabilities, and utilizes Visa, pays into Swift accounts. So here's a connection into Swift accounts with Ripple and XRP. You also have new Ripple payment partner revealed, a leading remittance company based in Australia. Hi-Ha Money Transfers has been using Ripple payments for more than 3 years.
Our goal is really to enable all remittance corridors that our customers might be interested in. I'm Diane Nguyen, CEO of Hi-Ha Money Transfer. Hi-Ha Money Transfer is a remittance company helping customers to send money from Australia overseas. Our primary customers, just about anybody, individuals who want to support their families, but also businesses who need to make payments, need to pay suppliers.
All right, you get the picture? That is a really good connection into Australia with Ripple. You also have Novati. Ripple partner Novati Payments in Australia is a company that uses XRP for on-demand liquidity and has begun to promote Crypto Spend Visa card, which has XRP alongside Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Let me play this.
Which cryptocurrencies do you support at present, and do you have any views on CBDC? Want to take that one?
Yeah, absolutely. So we currently submit 5 cryptocurrencies, which at the time when we were starting the platform were the most popular, and obviously that has changed over time. But we currently support Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, and Bitcoin Cash.
All right, let's keep it going here. Breaking: Brazil and Australia partner with Ripple to bring the use of XRP payment transactions. Ripple opens up liquidity hub for Brazil and Australia. You also have Project Mandela, faster, cheaper, and more efficient cross-border payments by the BS Monetary Authority of Singapore, the Reserve Bank of Australia, and the Negara, Malaysia, and Bank of Korea. So at first, you might think that this video was made by Ripple referring to XRP. However, it is from the BIS and is why XRP is likely to be at the epicenter of Project Mandela. Ripple is the official partner for cross-border payments interoperability and extension task force, a subgroup within the BIS Committee on Payments and Market Infrastructure. The BIS working papers Trust and Money Flow has praised XRP for private settlement. Monetary Authority of Singapore has mentioned XRP and DLT on a paper called Project Ubin, among other documents. Dilao Rab, former global head of Ripple, is a CRC member, together with the Bank of Australia, introduced the Australian CBDC pilot for digital finance innovation, mentioning fast DLT transactions in 2 to 5 second latency. Malaysia's central bank operates through Do It Now, developed by Trengalo, which utilizes RippleNet and SBI Remit. You also have Ripple is currently developing a blockchain ecosystem in Korea with GBC Korea to enable digital payments using XRP, guys. Woo! This is getting crazy, right?
Faster, cheaper, and more efficient cross-border payments are key to supporting economic growth, global development, and financial inclusion. Yet, disparate regulatory frameworks across jurisdictions may increase the compliance burden, which can lead to delays and increased costs.
All right, let's keep it going. I'll try to leave these links down in the description. I'll try to remember all of them, guys. I'll do my best. XRP to revolutionize Australian markets. Ripple has been communicating with Australia's government department of the Senate Parliament House with comments on the third issue's paper on pointing out XRP as independent of Ripple. Document also suggests that XRP Ledger features such a special, scalable, and energy efficient and will be passed to Australian customers to help reduce friction in the market for cross-border payments, thereby removing barriers to Australian growth and technology in the financial system. And then it says Ripple concludes recommending that a regulatory framework should be technology agnostic, whereas financial services using digital assets as a solution are not treated differently from financial services embedding legacy architectures. As recent update published by the Blockchain APAC, Ripple will be hosting the Australian Policy Summit as part policy in 2024 Sydney, guys. More connections to actually, Australia, Central Bank, and Ripple. Like to see that. I don't think I've ever seen this document before, so I thought that was a cool piece to add here. We also have Hong Kong retail CBDCs, programmable tokenization, atomic settlement, and key benefits. Ripple is tirelessly working to usher in a more digitalized world. It's truly inspiring to witness their incredible partnerships and the establishment of central bank alliances. The future looks promising, and by 2025, 2026, we can only imagine the advancements. Brace yourself for an exciting 2024 filled with announcements regarding new central bank partnerships, according to James Wallace, and Ripple collaborating with over 30 central banks. And here you go, Hong Kong. Anyways, here are all the just different connections into this, right? You also have the EHKD pilot program, Hong Kong Monetary Authority HEX Trust, to explore different innovative use cases for forms of digital monies in CBDCs. Ripple was involved in the EHKD pilot. This is kind of how all of this stuff is laid out. I want you to understand, though, as Ripple builds out and tests these different things in different countries, there could be a lot of countries that look at this and say, hey, I want to have this as a part of my CBDC, right? So every time they develop a new way to use XRP and Ripple's technology, they can in fact, other countries might step up and say, hey, I like what you guys did with the Hong Kong pilot. I want to be able to do that for our community. I can't play this whole thing. It's 3 minutes and 14 seconds. I will just play a little bit of it.
New opportunities, convenience, security, and empowerment. A higher efficiency for business. For Hong Kongers like Ying, this is what the hypothetical digital Hong Kong dollar, or EHKD, may represent. A central bank digital currency, leading to accelerated and simplified traditional financial processes by using blockchain technology to speed up money flows with less resistance and cost, benefiting buyers, sellers, and the economy at large. Processes that take weeks of paperwork between third parties will be completed almost instantly in a few clicks.
All right. I will try to leave the link down to that too. Let me keep it going. You have Hong Kong and Ripple. It's another video just kind of showing all of the cool things that are happening there. I don't really need to play it. We did see that, Ripple documentation base for IDs in dozens of Chinese banks in Hong Kong. I think I've showed this already. I do apologize. Like I said, I put this together over like 6 days, 7 days. And, I might have put some doubles of stuff because it's just such a big video. Here you go. FedNow. This is FedNow connections, of course. Goes live July 20th, right? We do know there's a lot of connections with Ripple into FedNow. FedNow can be linked to other jurisdictions, cross-border FedNow. Ripple presenter explains how XRP can facilitate payments from US to Mexico, which is another huge big corridor.
So there's a small money service business called Qualix based in Texas, and they serve Mexican workers that are sending funds back home to their family in Mexico. So what happens is we have relationships that we've helped coordinate with exchanges on both sides of that transaction. So the US, it's Bitstamp, and in Mexico, it's Bitso, both digital asset exchanges. So they're setting the rates. So in some ways, it alleviates the need for the financial institution in this case to even hold XRP. They simply go, the risk is then absorbed by the digital exchange. That's their business, right? They're making markets, they know exchange rates, and there's a fee involved with that. But they will give, or they may have a US dollar account at Bitstamp. They'll say, hey, Bitstamp, send $1,000 worth of pesos to this account in Mexico. Bitstamp converts the spot rate. It moves over the XRP ledger in 8 seconds. It gets converted by Bitso on the other end into peso at the spot rate, and then goes out on local rails to the ultimate bank account of the recipient. All of that takes, because there's bank processes on either end that we can't fully control, it takes about 10 minutes, which used to be 3 days. And we've been told that the overall rate that they're seeing is 20 some odd basis points less than they would have seen otherwise, even taking into account FX fluctuations, et cetera.
Man, cheaper, faster, more secure. Why are banks not going to want to use this technology, right? Anyway. Here's more information from the BIS. Let me just keep it going here. FedNow is officially a domestic-only start, and this will run live in the environment for some time, and then it will flip on cross-border. You do have connections like Volante and Ripple into FedNow. FIS Global. This actually, I did a video on this the other day. Actually, not to watch video, but FIS, I believe they move like $21 trillion a day. If I'm not mistaken, FIS announced that it's among the first fintech providers certified to enable capabilities for credit transfers in FedNow. This is actually a Ripple partner. Of course, FedNow goes live in a few days. This was way back when. And then, there was a lot of already big connections into FedNow with Ripple and XRP. Uphold confirms FedNow processes XRP transactions to US banks. You have Ripple Uphold RLUSD plus FedNow equals real-time settlement engine in XRP.
The stablecoin market is really evolving. It's said that up to 90% of all transactions in crypto and on the blockchain involve stablecoins today. Uphold is unique. Unlike a traditional exchange, we do have a platform that underpins where people could come, and we connect to 30 different trading venues. Ripple USD, which will be listed as RLUSD on the platform, will allow users to have that almost digital dollar in their wallet. And they will be able to use it, spend it, buy crypto, have peer-to-peer remittance. And the really great thing about the USD token is that it will have the transparency, the regulatory process behind it that will allow people to feel comfortable when they are purchasing.
All right, you get it. Let me keep it going here. We do have Ripple's influence on FedNow is immense. Out of 37 FedNow certified service providers, a staggering 27 are either directly Ripple partners. I did do a video about all of these partners. Actually, let me just show you which video that is if you are interested in taking a look at that. That's another thing that I went through pretty slowly and pointed it all out here. I believe it is this video right here. I go through all of those different connections that I just mentioned. Take a look at this. This could be a good one for you to take a watch. Take a watch at. All right, where are we? Right here. Okay, there are 3 ways financial institutions onboard connect to FedNow, and this is what it is. Volante, ACI Worldwide, Finastra, CGI, and others, all Ripple partners. ACI, man, like CGI, I think I found a website with CGI saying they move up to 21 trillion per day. ACI Worldwide moves trillions per day. I can't remember Finastra and Volante. I can't remember how many processes and transactions they do per day, but it's a lot. And then it says our partnership with Combo Brazil is significant milestone. Here's another connection. I think I just kind of put this in. This is between Portugal and Brazil. So I didn't find a lot of stuff with Spain. So this was one of the main things I found with Spain. It says new Ripple payments partner connects Portugal, Brazil as a bridge between these 2 markets. Ripple brings the benefits of on-demand liquidity to France and to Sweden. So the 2 other countries that benefit from this, right? Here's a documentation from Ripple. This is 2022. And then, XRP is ideal for international transfers, says Sweden's base digital asset manager. Ripple and Swedish bank SEB are collaborating to build a blockchain-based channel between New York and Stockholm to allow customers to make real-time transfers. Here is that information here. We also have Swedish bank SEB has been using Ripple's technology since mid-2017, 180 million plus in payments with RippleNet. Here is that breakdown here. We says we have used a blockchain protocol from Ripple, a company based in Silicon Valley. They have a protocol that can be downloaded from the cloud for free, and we have integrated it with our technical infrastructure. You gotta love that, man. You gotta love that. All right, here's a little bit more information. The SEB has processed more than 1 billion in payments over RippleNet between Sweden and the US. You also have these partnerships have been updated on Ripple's website. You have Europe, you have ArcX, Modular Finance, TravelX, BBVA, BTech, Lemonway, and then this is Germany's 3rd largest bank in Germany, DZ Bank. You also have Israel, GMTAFS, Advanced Financial Services. You also have South America, Banco Rendimento. Asia, you have CentB, Nuam Global, Triangulo, SBI Remit, and SBI Thailand. Africa, you have Onifric. And then India, you have My Industrial Land Bank. UAE is Alo Walabsab. And then Australia is Novati Payments. So those big updates have been made on Ripple's website. Confirmation of significance of November 2023 ISO implementation. JP Morgan involvement, 50% of ISO traffic, SEPA. Banks forced to offer instant payment systems through EU regulations. XRP is ideal for international transfers, says Sweden Digital Asset Manager. You also have, this is more connections between New York and Stockholm. You have Swedish bank SEB has been using Ripple's technology since mid-2017, 180 million transfers. You also have 1 billion in payments between Sweden and the US using Ripple and XRP. Here are some updates on Ripple's website. Ripple has updated these 18 partnerships on its homepage. You have ArcX, Modular Finance, TravelX UK, BBVA, BTech, Lemonway, DZ Bank. You also have connections in Israel, South America, Asia, Africa, India, UAE, and Australia. Here is some more information regarding to SEPA, which is the single euro payments area. This is a big payment system in Europe. And yes, Ripple is connected. So you have Ripple Gateway here, SEPA, right? ACH, Bitcoin. You have ISO interoperability brings the inception of Bluetooth short distance wireless communication. Says ISO will become the global standard for secure, standardized financial communication. Addressing the broader financial landscape, Basel III focused on capital and reserves, while ISO emerges as a crucial component of the digital world. Contrary to misconceptions about ISO implementation in 2025-2026, banks are actively adopting this technology. The urgency to integrate ISO to financial system underscores the immediate significance in transforming the banking sector. And then, just kind of more stuff backing up here. I did want to take a look at some information about tips. Tips can settle on average of 500 payments per second, and it's about 43 million transactions per day. Ripple is in fact connected into tips as well through SIA. So if you want to take a look here, DZ Bank also, here is tips, single euro payments here plus tips. Both of these can, you can use XRP to settle within these. It says the first 2 are powered by Ripple, while the third is powered by XRP digital token. And then here is on the bottom, you have R3, IBM, You have Ripple and then other public blockchain networks. Here is Target 2, the platform for settlement of large value payments, Tips, the instant payments settlement service, and Target 2 securities. So you can do all of that using XRP. So this is from the European Central Bank. We just signed an agreement for Denmark to join T2 and Target instant payment settlement. So there's more connections to that. We did talk about the SIA integration. There's also this about Task Network Gateway. This can actually be connected into that, and that is in fact a Ripple partner. Algorand and Ripple are both connected into the Tips system. Here's Target and Tips. Algorand, the connection here. You know, the SIA connection is the XRP connection, but I just wanted to show you that. Confirmation of significance of November 2023 ISO implementation. We did talk about this. I do apologize. I had this one twice. Let me keep going here. Visa and SAP, RippleNet integrator. Here you go. Visa and SAP joined forces to make enterprise payments more efficient. Here is more connections with Temenos, SAP, CGI, Volante, Earthport, like, these are mostly Ripple partners, right? It's kind of funny. More information about SBI Asia. You know, let me just see this real quick. Establishing SBI Ripple Asia, May 2016. This is kind of really old stuff. I think I was going for this FedNow stuff. FedNow, oh yeah, UK Bank of England, CHAPS, June 2023. So that will also have integration into FedNow. Ripple partner Tunes uses XRP for transfers. Tunes is one of the most important members of the RippleNet ecosystem, as they are connected and partner with Visa to build a global payment network. Ripple, Thunes, Visa, XRP Interledger Protocol. You also have Modular is authorized and regulated by the Electronic Money Institution, BYB, the Financial Conduct Authority. As we see Bax UK, Chaps UK, FP, SEPA Euro, Visa, and MasterCard. Visa has already been partnered with Ripple and Volante. So here's more connections into those systems. You also have Saudi Arabia. First bit of information, Alipay revealing Alipay plus eWallet, Alipay and Trangolo, Ripple. We did talk about this before, but there's also some connections into the Middle East with this. And then, of course, Alipay, Trangolo, and Ripple. So guys, there's a lot of information that I just went through with you guys. I know this has been a journey. We went through a lot of information here, but as you can see, you know, when you're looking at some of the biggest countries with some of the biggest payment systems in the world, Ripple more than not has, you know, several different ways to integrate into those payment systems, and you can use Ripple's technology and you can use XRP in all of this stuff, right? And I mean, I'd imagine this is not even close to how many like real partnerships there are, because there's hundreds and hundreds. But I hope this gives you a better understanding of how serious the connections to Ripple and XRP are. And, you know, when I'm putting this type of content together, you know, it does take me quite a long time to think about the ideas, put it all together. So if you found value in this video, guys, please hit like. If you want to support the channel, you can become a member on the channel here on YouTube, or if you want to join my community Cryptonaires, there's a link down in the description. We hope to see you around the community. If you're interested in joining my community Cryptonaires, there is a link down in the description. There's a lot of really good information that we go over. We definitely have our thumb. I have the thumb on the current market and the new trends. If you're interested in new projects, if you're interested in meme coins, if you're interested in DeSci or AI agents, of course, utility tokens, we have it all. There's a link down in the description, a 5-day free trial. We hope to see you around the community. I've been Crypto Sensei.